Hello, welcome back. So at this stage now we've got our register page coming soon. Okay, so if we go back to the code and manually change this number to, if we change that number back to 1, this will load our login page. So what we want to achieve is to use these links at the top to load our pages. Okay, so to do so, we have to go back to the controllers folder and create more controllers, because controllers is for loading our pages. So go File, Save As, save this one as index. Alright, so you know the folder name should be index, same as the class name and same as the file name. So go File, Save As again. If you call this one tutorials page as the file name, tutorials.php as the file name, class name same as the file, and folder name as the tutorials. Okay, so in our controllers folder we call tutorials. We don't want that, that's a mistake. So we got our 4 pages and they've all got to controllers. Okay, so now let's go, and so that means if we change that number to 2, it will load our page, because we got controller for that page, tutorials page. Okay, so to get these links now to load our pages, what we have to do is to go to our header.php. So every link pointing to index.php for now. So now we've got that in place. If we go ahead and save this page, save this file, pull up the browser again, we should be able to load our pages now without, see, tutorials, everything loading tutorials. So now that we've got our get variable set up in our header, so we are setting everything to index.php, okay, so that we get a get variable. So all we have to do now is go to our index.php and create this manual link. So to do so, go if else block, and if we set takes one parameter $_, and inside there single quotes, then the variable name. So what we want to do in a Bootstrap class is to get a variable, use a get variable to load our pages. But that get variable will have to come from htaccess file, which we have not got at the moment. So I'm having to manually set this variable up, okay? Because I'm trying to show you, introduce you how we can do a Bootstrap class. So we say if that is set, assign that to the count variable, else count equal 2. So that 2 becomes our default page. Right. Now if you go ahead and save this page and refresh, we should get our index page. Okay. So click tutorials page coming soon. Click register page coming soon. Click login will load. Okay, so we are all using our get variables now to do so. So to load our pages, we know we can use get variables, but at the moment that is not the right way of doing so. Okay, because we are setting up everything with constants. Okay. Let me show you an alternative way of calling methods. So if I go ahead and rename this function, call it so call this function manual link. Okay. Now we're not dealing with that anymore. So let me introduce you to something else. Right. Now, what we are doing here, what we are doing with manual link, for instance, so create a new function in the constructor method, right? Now we can use array variables to load our pages, and this is how we can do that. We can manually create an array like that, And this is what we want our Bootstrap class to do for us, to use our array. So single quote, space equal to greater than sign, another single quote, single quote. All your key value pairs will be comma separated. So we paste that there. So let's say we call this one 0 and this is 1, and the value it will hold. Array holds key value pairs, right? So now, because this is in array, this variable is in array format, we can now use variable here to represent that whatever is at index position 1, whatever key is at position 1, or the first key in the array string. All right. Now this is what our Bootstrap class will do, but file name as the class name, you see. Now the folder, this get default page is at index position 1. So by the time you change that to 1, we say, so literally this gonna load any value we put there, and will be loaded for us. Okay, because this manual link is not get called. Now we are using array variables to load our pages. So if we go ahead and put register there, that's what will be loaded. Let's see if that is the case. Refresh, we'll see our register page coming soon. See, register page coming soon. And we can also put a curly bracket there to hold that value for the method string. Okay. Our page will still load. So if we want to load login now, that will load. Okay. Now we are setting up as array, but this is also not a good way of doing your bootstrapping, because although we are using variables here, we're more or less using a constant because they are all predefined variables. Key value pairs already defined. See? So this won't, although they are working, but I'm giving you different options of doing loading your pages. So if I rename that function, call it init, and now create another function, call it so what we want to do is to use our htaccess file to grab the variable we can use to load our pages, and then break that variable up into array format, and then use it like that to load our pages. But that have to come from the htaccess file, which is a different, and there will be no time to feed that in this video, so I'll use that, postpone that to the next video. So now you know how we can call methods from a class, require a file name, create instance of the class from that, and use that instance to call our method. And you can call your method like that with variable key variables, and the value it will hold is what we trigger when the page loads. Okay. So you can see how we've been able to create our model view controller framework. So all that is left now is to design a Bootstrap class that will load our pages for us. Okay, so at this stage now I will stop the video here and carry on in the next video to introduce to you htaccess file, what that means, and how we can get a variable from that and use that variable to load our pages. So what we want our htaccess to do is to give us an array variable, but not like we have defined it here. So that's a different procedure altogether. But this is also showing you how you can manually create your links and create your own get variable as well if you want, like we did in the manual link like that. Or you can create your own arrays. But these are not an efficient way of doing bootstrapping. The best way of doing that is to get your variable from htaccess file. And so say we call that variable web URL. That means we have to go to our htaccess file, set this variable up from there, and allow it as a link. So query string allow links. So once we've done that, we can now use this variable to process our Bootstrap class, and that will be able to load our pages for us. Okay, thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.